I used to hate rainy days, especially when I was younger. I grew up in the age before social media and streaming services were around, so when I wanted to have fun, I'd always go outside and do things like play kickball with my friends, ride my scooter, or swing around the monkey bars. When it rained, I'd be stuck inside without much to do, and it felt like my whole day was ruined. After living in San Diego for years and now in Phoenix, it's funny how your perspective can change and you can start to see the value in rainy days, especially when you don't have them that often.
As I've gotten older, I've started to get to a point where I appreciate the rainy days. Not because it's always the most ideal and it helps me for my circumstances or puts me in the best mood, but it's because I think that there's always ways to find the positives even in a rainy day situation. Take today, for example. So when I came out here today, I had a whole plan. I was going to get out here before the sun came up. I was going to go ahead and film some cool scenes and make it look really interesting and such. But I forgot Oktoberfest was going on. So I couldn't park in the parking lot that I wanted to. So I was circling around downtown Tempe trying to find a place to go. And that lasted 20, 30 minutes. Next thing you know, the sun's coming up. It's raining a little bit more than I wanted. So I thought, okay, now I can't even bring my camera out here because I'm going to get my camera damaged from filming. And then I thought, you know what, like, how am I going to do any of this entire video? I'm just going to scrap the whole thing and go home. I thought that it was going to be interesting and I was going to be able to get these great shots and all this stuff. But then I started getting to the point where the rainy day caught up to me, even though the whole point of me getting out here was to film and frame it and get some interesting shots in that same way. I could have went home. I could have just said, forget it. And I could have just foregone this whole day and not gotten this done. But then this video wouldn't exist. Instead of doing so, I said, you know what? I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to take advantage of this, and maybe I can make something look a little bit more interesting than I could have done previously. So I came over here for where you see these scenes at. I'm underneath a bridge or something like that. I don't know. There's trains and a little cart that's going over here and stuff too. But it's been raining sideways. I've been having to get creative. I've had to take these shots and split them into little small segments whenever there's no airplanes going above me, because I'm also in direct line of the airport and such here too. So I just had a myriad of problems. But instead of not leaning into it, I said, you know what? Let me use what I have for my situation instead of just turning around and giving up. In life, it's inevitable we're going to run into obstacles. We're going to have rainy days and things like this, where we have an expectation for a situation and it doesn't go according to plan. If anything else, it may completely unravel to the point where maybe nothing seems like it's the original thought that you had. But there's some beauty in that because it just kind of sets you on a course of spontaneity and being able to kind of pivot and figure it out. I think a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this too, we can have expectations in our head, and when something doesn't go right, we say, oh, forget it, and then we just don't try. But sometimes you're able to create something even better than what you initially thought. Maybe like this video turned out. I think life often presents us the rainy days when we least expect it, when we're not ready for it, when especially we have plans for something to go a certain way and it doesn't go that way at all. Like, since I've even done the last take of this, there's now they're doing practices for the bands or something. They were playing Oktoberfest next to me. So hopefully I can take this out in post so you can hear me talking clearly on there too. Once again, it's an obstacle. But you know what? I'm having fun with it at this point. I'm just enjoying my time out here. And this is just like life, right? I mean, you're always going to run into obstacles. And so you can make the decision. You can either let it define you, or you can say, how can I pivot from here and maybe still make this a great experience in and of itself? Whether it's marriage and a relationship or something like that, or your work, your goals, or just a family trip or something like that that you're doing that things aren't going according to plan. You can let that take over the situation and dictate your future, or you can take the reins and actually be in control of it. There's still beauty to be found in anything that you do. You just got to look in the right ways. If you liked even a single part of this video, let it be proof that just because you're having a rainy day and things aren't going your way, doesn't mean you can't turn around and make it something great. Believe me, this video almost didn't happen. I almost turned around like I mentioned earlier, but I pushed through because I wanted to show you that no matter the circumstances and things you have, you can still make it work. So if you didn't hear that little choo-choo, that's another one of them right there, and prime example happened in real time. But a positive attitude can take you a long way. Things always work out in the end. Just got to keep your head up. If this video helped you in any type of way, please go ahead and like the video. Consider subscribing for the future for similar content. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.